Well, I done went and got myself caught in a storm, and the thunder and lightning sound like it's passed, so I'm gonna head to the west end of the lake. Raining again. Where I'm set up high and dry. I was ready to go fishing. It's like 59 degrees now. I was chilled. I finally got out of those wet clothes. These clothes smell nice. That there is some lasagna that we made at home, and I dehydrated it on my old Ronco food dehydrator. What a dinner view. Tutti benucci. I gotta admit, I already took a couple bites of this lasagna, and it came out great. You know, it's fun to be sitting out here eating, just watching all these seagulls out here, just having a party on that little rock they live on, or hang out on. And the loons are swimming by, and you know, when you're out doing this kind of trip, you feel like you gotta film the loons every time. I mean, seeing a loon and hearing it is kind of special still, as much as I hear it up here. Often you're just laying up in the hammock and you're just hearing the loons in the morning. I paddled well today. I mean, I had to kind of fight some stuff getting here, and I was sort of doing the power strokes. You know, 5 or 6 on this side, switch 5 or 6 on this side, J-stroking a little bit while I was doing it, but just trying to get off this lake while that storm was happening, find a site. I think I did 6 portages. It's fun. I love the portage because it's like a little mini backpacking trip, but you got to get out of the boat, unload it, pick it up, walk it across, come back, get the rest of your stuff, go back there, because it's a Kevlar canoe. They call it a wet foot canoe. And I'll tell you, if you've never canoed, you're going to be wet. I wear my old Merrell hiking boots, and I mean, I don't think my feet are dry all day, but the water squishes out of them. like that bird. Sounds like it's going, hey you, what you eating? Is it good, huh? Yeah, it is good. Lasagna and garlic bread. My own little personal trattoria. I'm just sitting here admiring my little frying pan. This is actually a Jetboil frying pan. And I bought it last year for my 5-day solo canoe trip. It comes with this nice little spatula. Doesn't seem to melt, burn. It's got a lot of interesting angles for flipping and turning and scraping and getting stuff up. It's light, just the right size for one person. Magic mirror, who do you see? I see Dale, I see Connie, I see Tina, I see Darlene, I see Greg, I see Lyle, I see Jasper, I see Connie, I see Cindy, I see Alan, I see you. Well, working to get the lasagna out of my pot. Poured some water in there and you do a little scrapey, scrapey, scrape. Get all the bits. Already wiped it with my finger and then licked my finger. I didn't film that. But now I'm going to drink the gruely water. And the way I see it, I'm preparing myself for a prison sentence in a harsh country, end of times, where all you get to drink is dishwater. Chunky and bitty, but better than nothing. Mighty foggy out there. It's a foggy one. I'm mulling whether to just stay here today. I haven't done a lot of fishing. Kind of explore this area. I need coffee. My mull mojo is not going right now. But it's chilly this morning. Tell you that. Let's see what the temperature is here. 52 degrees. Feels colder than that. Oh, my Dagliadoro. Come on, man. My first sip. I dedicate it to you for staying with me on this video. How many times have you clicked through, gone back and forth? Are you at the point now where you're just thinking and going, I've seen enough. How much more can I watch a guy eat? Drink instant espresso? Paddle a canoe? Carry a canoe? A scene of a lake with the bow of a canoe? That's all it is to me, too. Oh, Hickory, I'm finally using that fork, spoon, little knife combo that you bought me for $2.49 when we were at the Yates Hang and we went backpacking, or we went to do that camp afterwards. This may be my canoe setup. Kind of classy having a fork out. I don't know what's come over me. I see fish. just using the bait that I had on there back home. I just put a fresh one on. It's kind of like a little minnowy thing. All right, there's my Sony DSC HX80. It's drying out. I've had it in kind of a little reflector oven using a piece of Reflectix. I've had the heat of the sun on it for hours. I put a battery in it, and it did come to life, though I'm not getting a picture though yet when I'm filming. But I did get a picture with my SD card looking at the playback. And all I cared about was, oh no, my moose footage. So I think there's hope for it. I think it's going to come back to life. There's still, I can see a little moisture inside the lenses, but just let it keep baking and I might be back. And now I've learned a really big lesson on canoe dumps. It was actually kind of a good thing it happened, because now I've done it. And I could see that, boy, you got to have everything waterproofed, because you don't know when it's coming. It's like a power tool accident. It happens and suddenly your thumb tip's missing. Bam! And I say that because I'm missing a little bit of this thumb tip from a power tool accident years ago. Joiner planer doesn't cut you once, cuts you several times at 67,000 RPM. Makes me something special. Tonight are some little quesadilla type little things I'm making. Got some cheese, green onion, white onion. That's really about it. I don't think I have any, I do have pico de gallo, but I forgot to rehydrate it. Okay, next time I make this, I will. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Very good. Like going to Taco John's. It's kind of been the cheese trip for me, but I brought this cheese and I got to eat it here in the first half of the trip. I don't know how long it'll last till it taints. Y'all know tonight or in the morning. You know, I'm sitting this way with the lake to my back because, you know, sometimes a fellow gets tired of looking at the lake. It's too beautiful. I'm sick of those seagulls. I mean, I'm put off by the loons now. There were some people that came and camped. I can hear them because the wind is coming really hard from this way. I hear their laughter once in a while. I must say I'm a little envious of their laughter. I'm still sitting here in my dumping the canoe shame. But that's a lively canoe. It's got tumble home on it. The bottom's a little more rounded from what I can see. A little more advanced. That's what I wanted. I didn't have any extra weight in there with me. I kind of went out and just sort of was checking it out, and then suddenly it just went blip. I'm shaming, man. Oh, I'm wallowing in it. It feels good to tell you and just let it out. But being a pretty new canoeer, I think you got to go through it. I mean, if you're riding a unicycle, you're going to fall. If you go downhill skiing, you're going to crash. Anything else you do that you're new in, you're going to mess up. So why not canoeing? And you don't know what it feels like till you've done it. It was refreshing. I'm kind of sitting here just going, my butt's kind of sore. My butt cheeks and these bones, my sit bones, like right there. And I think I got what you call canoe butt, which would be a really good. That might be my my new name. I think I'll drop Shug and call myself Canoe Butt. You know, sitting in that webbing seat, and even though I brought this pad to sit in to give myself a little back rest, because last year I was realizing, you know, you feel canoeing, and you know, speaking to you canoers, as a person who hasn't canoed a ton, you know, and getting out in portaging and paddling all day, or most of the day, or some of the day. Depends on the day. But yeah, it's just the sitting, and I'm also just a little bit sore in my groin. And I realize as I'm stroking, doing the J stroke, and sometimes doing the 4, 5, 6 on one side, then going to the other and just trying to power it, because I'm still trying to figure out my balance and the steering on this canoe. It feels like it might be weather vaning now and then. I don't know, you know, there's a lot to learn. I don't even want to learn it. I didn't even care. I'd just be haphazard, just go. That, you know, your legs are active. I'm still doing that thing, like putting my legs kind of out straight, putting one leg up out straight, sometimes kind of sitting cross-legged. The seat is lower in that canoe. I can't really get my feet back up under them, but that doesn't feel good to me. So it's just shifting my legs around a lot. Sometimes I put them straight out like I'm a kayaker. It's interesting. It's a different set of muscles, and you know, you're lifting the canoe, you're lifting the canoe up the portage, and it's not that heavy of a canoe, but then you got all this stuff strapped inside of it and stuff going. It adds a little weight, you know. Grams lead to ounces, ounces lead to pounds or kilos. But my butt hurts right now sitting here. Right. Now for my sweetie, I'll be having a flake. I love a flake. And this one is all broken up. I can tell already it'll just be a crumbly mess. But that will not deter my enjoyment of the bloody good flake. You have to try one if you never had one. It's a candy from the UK. Just fantastic. Oh yeah, it's it's just bits. It's usually kind of flaky, but now it's just fingerfuls of bits. Tastes just the same though. You know, I didn't even have a dessert last night. Weird. Ha 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 ha! The camera's working. You just have to kind of put the battery in and just press that on button, and I pressed it 10 times, and I held it down. Nothing happened, so I just set it down for a minute, and it slowly came to life. But will it last? Will it last? Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay. Well, I had the interesting alarm this morning of seagulls going, and I meant to get up at 5 anyway. So I got up at 4:58. Thank you, gulls and loons. Beautiful sunrise coming up right now. It's foggy kind of out on the lake, and it's breaking. Have my Dagliadoro instant espresso. I'm going to have these Inertia Foods biscuits and mountain gravy meal. The guy had sent me a message reminding me that those guys were kind of back in business, so I ordered a few meals from them. I like her philosophy for her company. Her daughter's special needs, and she creates jobs for special needs people. It's good. I'm going to head up to Frost Lake. So I just wanted to get a jump on the day. Chilly last night, like 43 degrees. You could tell it was chilly. It's chilly now. It's like 48 degrees. But I am wrapped up here in my little womb of warmth, looking out over the lake. rambling onto a camera like it's a person. I thought it was going to be cold enough to keep the mosquitoes at bay, but they weren't. They came out of their little warm crevices and attacked me, but Thermacell has done its job, and they are away. Yay. Hey, hey. Mally, mally, tiff, taff, tay. Biscuits and gravy is quite satisfying and easy. Just pour water. It's kind of like croutons with a gravy. Tastes like biscuits and gravy you get at a diner, any little restaurant. No sausage in it, I don't think.
おはようございます。いい天気ですね。ちょっと寒いですね。ポカリスエット。美味しいね。I love this stuff. It's an electrolyte drink, and I am going to have it today as I paddle along to Frost Lake. I'm a canoe fake, for goodness sake. Sort of feel like I'm cheating using this paddle, but I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't take as much thought. All right, we're on Gordon Lake now, kind of a long, skinny one, and I'll get up here in a bit, and I'll have a, I think 147 rod portage to Frost with one more little jump on the way. I think it's called Jump Lake or Unload Lake or something like that. Go through and just do a little short hop over. On the Frost Lake portage now. I like this portage. Nice and cool back here. Sort of intense out with that sun this morning, even though it's not hot. But that morning sun bouncing off the water, man, you don't get that backpacking. Foggy. This is it, little Unload Lake. That's the portage coming in. Portage going on over to Frost. It's just a little small peeper of a lake. I kind of like it. This is the third site I've looked at. I just looked at a great site, but it was really big. And I'm just one guy. I'm actually going to just look for a little bit of a smaller site. Whitecaps on this lake dearly, but that was exciting. I just relaxed into it, and I enjoyed the ride. It's a quiet lake, man. I feel like I'm the only guy on it. I don't know why. All I need is a place to hang my hammock. Got the tarp set up a little differently this time. This door is rolled back. I always carry these binder clips. They do a good job of holding one back. And on the back side, you get some little elastic doodads right there, and this elastic you can tighten up. And all of these things have these kind of buckles to hold them. And you get a lot of options with them. Just pull doors back. And you know what? They have held in some high winds. That's how it looks on that side. And on this side, I just took the door. This kind of part right here is the door flap you can pull in. I just pulled it out, tighten that end down with the wind. That got me a ton of room under there. I like it. Fixing up the afternoon charcuterie platter. Meat and cheese. Some HP sauce. Oh yeah. That tastes right. How about that? I'm gonna get out my little fork. I'm actually gonna eat this with a fork instead of my tainted fingers. My mother would approve. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know what HP sauce is, it's the British A1 sauce.
And it has just been windy and blowing the whole time I've been laying here doing a little slumber. It's dang near whitecapping out there. I'm really glad I got up early. And hit the water and got here before this wind.
Said I was, and I did. Rehydrated that pico de gallo with radishes, tomatoes, cilantro, jalapeno, all the good stuff. Lime, onion. There's the pico de gallo. Having the Jacobs chocolate cappuccino, product of Holland. The Milka chocolate. Oh, by the way, thanks, Jason. Appreciate you sending these. I've really enjoyed them. They've got a kick, though. Kind of sweet. A little something for the afternoon while I sit here and feel like this is just turning into a cooking show now. The Cook and Nap Show. Shook's, it's Shook's Cooking and Napping Extravaganza. I mean, I'll be out there doing something, but it's too windy. My goodness, something has come ashore. Ah! Ooh! You will. Some Lake Meringue. I've been using my ULA Ohm, and everything is in there but my food. And I have a huge dry bag here, and I'd like to thank Sean for that. Appreciate it, Sean. It really came in handy. And I have a second dry bag in here that I use, and I just got clothes crammed in there now, but actually all my down, my hammock, my underquilt, my top quilt, my down jacket, and just everything I want to really stay dry goes in there. You know, the nicest thing about this lake is I haven't seen anybody on it all day. 5 sites out here, and I'm all alone. You know, it's like when you're out in one of these little bays, you're out on the water in the canoe, and you just got your paddle, and either you bang it on the side of the canoe or just putting it in the canoe so you can do something. It just sounds like a sonic boom. It just resonates off the rocks and the trees. I guess because it's so quiet out here. Got my pasta sauce rehydrating and my ravioli. And I'm going to eat the rest of that garlic bread. I'm really looking forward to that as the cooking show continues. I mean, it's all about eating. I mean, you've really just, more so on a canoe trip for me. Got the garlic bread going. And the ravioli. Oh yes, that came out very nicely. The wind died, but I'm getting ready to go to sleep, man. I'm crawling in because I'm going to get up crack of dawn and get on my way and get up that way so I can, let's see, this is night 5. So tomorrow night, Friday night is night 6, and I got to be out Saturday. So I'm going to get up that way so I can get on with it. Really goes fast. But, you know, this lake is quiet. No loons. The seagulls that were out there were very quiet, very reticent. Didn't make a lot of noise, not like yesterday's lake on Cherokee. So that's it. End of day. Time for slumber. Nice to have that wind gone. I wasn't getting it back where my hammock is, though. I was pretty much out of the wind there. So, good night, everybody. I'll be blabbing at you tomorrow. 5 a.m. Time for coffee. Time to get the food bag. You know, last night and this morning, there's so many mosquitoes back in the woods. It just sounds like someone's flying a drone somewhere, and you keep going, where's that drone? That's the Boundary Waters. But, you know, I have a head net. I haven't worn it once. I never do, but I throw it in because everybody tells me I should. But bugs are to be expected, I suppose. It's the Boundary Waters. It's northern Minnesota. It's summertime. Setting sail at 6:58 a.m. Yeah, right into snipe. And this is close to the area where the moose was. So if you just went across this little jut over there, that jut of land, he was in the swamps right on the other side. So I think it was meant to be. This is kind of on the south side of Snipe, a whole different part of where I stayed. There's a very acrobatic fire pit. Got to really kind of come up here and be perfect for me. I don't know if you get a lot of people on that. And of course, I'm heading for the shade. So I'm gonna eat a little lunch. Woo, buddy! Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there to Carl. 6 right here. 7, 8, 9. So 9.
9 portages. I got myself set up. Little shady spot, water's done, hammock is pitched, getting ready to have a late lunch. So quiet back here, man. This is a great spot. There's no other campsites around here. I'm on the south side, and I love that. I did a little fishing. I cast about 6-7 times just for fun. I don't know if it's the right time of day. I have to get out in the canoe later, but I do like just fishing from shore. And I'm going to finish this summer sausage, and I'm going to have a tea. Actually, I'm going to have a coffee because I only have 1 coffee today. That's what I'm going to do.
I tell you what, I was laying around in this shirt for a minute. I have really got to wash this shirt and pants. They're ripe. Woo.
Oh, that felt amazing. I feel freshly clean other than the bug spray with the DEET in it that I just sprayed on me, so gotta be careful not to touch my eyes because I did that the other night. Then I was trying to read when I went to sleep, man, and my eyes were stinging, and then I rubbed them and then they were worse, and whew, yeah, that was that refreshed me, brought me to life. I feel better. I feel like I smell better. Now it's time for just a cold tea. I just keep dunking and let it sit long enough, and it's almost an iced tea. Just a cold tea. Quite refreshing. A little bit of caffeine in there, and I'll take that as well. Man, I laid over there in the hammock for, oh, I don't know, 30 minutes or something, just to get out of the sun. Undid the bug net. Took the top quilt out and just laid there and had a little relax, just kind of staring at the trees. And I don't profess to know anything about fishing. I'm probably using the wrong lures, though I did ask some people, and maybe it's just the wrong time of day. Maybe I'm not out deep enough. What if I have to jump in and do it? That's what I'm doing here. So hopefully I just want that sun to go away a little bit, and I will fish again this evening. I might even stay up till dark. Last night. Let's have a party. You want to have a party, Shug? Yeah, I like that. I like that. You serving food at the party? Yeah, we're going to have like some little tortilla things. And what are we going to do after that party? I don't know. We're probably just going to sit around and do a little staring. Maybe some nose picking and stuff like that. And dig the stuff out of our toenails and talk about that little area where your leg meets. Okay, all right already. All right. Enough information. I'm jumping around from shade to shade here. I feel like a vampire. You know, now I'm up against this rock because the sun's up there, and I just, man, I just can't have that sun beating down on me. It just wears me out. And you know, I had the basal cell. I mean, you can barely notice. If you look, you can tell that I had something. If I quit touching it, so you could see it, right there. Had the plastic surgery. I'm good with it. I just don't want it again. It costs money. And just one more thought while I'm thinking. As to the paddles, I liked having a combo. You know, if you're solo canoeing, I didn't really want to use one of those double paddles, but I used it yesterday and today, and man, you can track straighter. I think it takes a little less thought. You know, with the traditional canoe paddle, I think you have to think a little bit more when the wind is blowing and there's some chop and stuff like that. So having both is great, because I used both, because when I got in some of these little narrow waterways today, I would switch and grab the canoe paddle, traditional paddle, and use that. because the double paddle was out there kind of getting into all the, you know, the water lilies and the plants, and so I learned that. So I was kind of judging the double paddle, but now I like it. I like it. I bought that one. It's a Bending Birches, and I will definitely bring a double paddle and a traditional canoe paddle. And I think that's pretty obvious. But for me, who's kind of new at this, fairly new, maybe a low intermediate now. Maybe I'm intermediate because, you know, I have done 2 solo trips and I haven't died yet on this trip. That's my thoughts. I hope you found them interesting. Some of you probably found it boring, waiting to see more wildlife, but I am the wildlife right now. Okay, I got to quit thinking, but one more thought. I was just sitting here thinking how relaxed and in the groove and calm and unclenched. Though I do find myself, my buttocks clenching when I fish. Isn't fishing supposed to be relaxing? I don't know, I clench up in anticipation and the not knowing. And yeah, just getting in the groove, man. Just getting in the groove. But I don't always want to do them solo. I like a solo, but I want to go do this with some people again too. You know, maybe 2 other people, or either 1 other person. But I'd like for us both to be in solo canoes. That was a good sized beaver right there. Off she goes. That was for sure my best beaver cam ever. You know, I wasn't getting any luck fishing, but then the beaver came in, and to me that was more exciting. Really saw her face that time. Great. Gosh, yes. Thank you. Thank you for giving me one more little gift. This is definitely my favorite lake, Snipe Lake. I've seen the moose on here. Now I've had some great beaver action. What next? Because I have 4 tortillas left. 4 quesadillas with pico de gallo on them. Just sticking with the cheese theme. It's my last dinner out here. In the morning it'll be get up, have breakfast, get a move on. Get out to the Jeep, return the canoe, take the 5-hour drive home, see my wife. All secure in Sector 7. Woo, buddy! Delicioso. Well, it's skeeter time. I got the Thermacell right down between my legs here, and it's not bothering me too much.
Good night, everybody. Ooh.
For the fish I did not catch. Really good crispy fries here. This is actually for Meg. Gordy's Hi-Hat. This is the place. GoPro, stop recording. 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 GoPro, start recording.